All right, quick. All right, boys, we read patch notes. Everybody say hi to YouTube. Okay. First of all, you start with the it's just overview. We don't care about this. Okay, new character. His numbers. If you want to read his abilities, you can. Let's see. He gets stacks and haste. Each time he hits enemies with basic, he gets additional hunger. When he reaches max stacks, he gets awakened. He gets ability haste plus 5 plus 0.75 damage mitigation per level. That's kind of insane. That ends up going to like 12% damage mitigation or something. Is that math right? I don't fucking. Is that math right? 18 times 0.75. Sorry, that's like 17% mitigation or something. Like 18% mitigation. That's actually an insane amount of free mitigation just for existing. Meow. Everybody says hello, YouTube. Can someone translate in Spanish? ¿Cómo estás? 85% physical scaling on autos. His Q lowers cooldown. Anything like spectacular on this? Deals less damage if it hits the same person, up to 80% less. He gets extra fireballs, so like it hits more often when he's empowered. It has a slow up to 40%. And you can refire it like Rampage Jump to make it go down faster. His little web sling gonna goo you up. Slow 35%. If you jump off a wall, it's a knock up and stun for 1 second. When you're empowered, it goes further. What else? If you're empowered and you're not going on a wall, you're just hitting somebody directly, it's a root for 1.4 seconds. That's kind of a lot. Dual scaling, 60% physical, 80% magical. Does not include his base power, though, because it's bonus. That's important. This also bonus. What is this? Enemies close to him take 1.5 times damage. They have their armor reduced by percentage-wise. That's kind of insane. Plus 10% physical power. Bro, that's actually an insane amount. You get like 35% shred on this if you're physical power. Heal is reduced on units. It's increased on kill and subsequent hits. Heal for 25%. It's 5% max HP. I assume reduced on units means like minions, so you get like a reduced heal on minions. It's also flat 55. That's kind of an insane amount of healing, especially if you hit multiple people. That's like, especially if you have like Void Helm or something that like increases your healing. Enemies killed reduces non-ultimate cooldowns by 0.5. If the enemy is a hero, Akeron becomes awakened, which means you instantly get your passive for mitigation. This is kind of insane in lane. You set up the minions, you can combo somebody, then you can use this, and you get like 3 seconds off your abilities. That's kind of insane. Ability becomes a roar. It affects people around him when he's on the wall. When he's awakened, he gets armor equal to the armor reduced. That's insane. This is insane. You just get Giga Tanky on top of the mitigation that you're already getting sure empowered. I mean, it don't give new heroes insane healing challenge. True. What's the cooldown on this? 6 seconds. There's a 6-second cooldown, by the way, base. This 40 plus 5% bonus, 10% magical to all enemies that cone every 0.25 seconds for 5. That means it hits 20 times, which is kind of insane. Thank you for the bits, Ledu. I appreciate it. Enemies been under 10% plus scaling. Is this just in general? When awakened, the pull is increased and the percent max HP threshold is increased. Okay. He gets permanent power like Zarus every time he kills on his ult as well. He also heals for 1.5 times the amount of damage of the execute. That's kind of insane. Okay. I mean, this is just like, you're just giving him literally everything. He also heals 3% missing health plus damage based on the amount of damage that it's dealing. This is actually like insane. This is just if he's directly touching you though. So this top damage is how much it is if it's just hitting you. This bottom damage is how much it does if he's melee range on you. Yeah, this character is insane. This, he gets hunger over time, and he stays mitigation for 20 seconds instead of 10 seconds, which is insane. You don't gain it from hitting abilities, though, so this might actually be kind of bad. The push instead of the pull deals 200% increased tick damage, but you can't bite, so you can get it to heal. This just is kind of ass, I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's ever going to be good. This, getting an extra projectile is kind of insane. Probably the best one, but I don't know. We'll see. Have to experience it. New skins, TB, sure. Shimby, mummy. Big old titties. Love to see that. Wukong is kind of a nice Wukong skin. I think there's recolors of these as well. Akeron skin, just like Golden Virgin, some bundles. What else? Ascended Battle Pass. This is the Shimby skin. I assume this is like the Shimby, TB, Wukong skins are all in this, I believe. A bunch of other free stuff. I assume they're all $10. Cataclysm. Basically, you clear the neutral objective after 15 minutes, and it will empower stuff. These also have like special attacks. I'm not going to read through all this. Basically, you'll experience it when you play the game. The only thing you need to know is that they grant golden XP only to the person that kills. It's not global for the small ones. I believe the big one gives you global. I could be wrong on that. The first spawn, it spawns two. It spawns one on each side. After they're both killed, it sets a 4-minute timer from whenever both are killed to spawn one, and it only spawns one on one side. It only spawns on one side on the second spawn, 4 minutes after the first two are killed. Akeron, a low damage tank. That character's probably one-shotting people, I'm not going to lie. Every respawn, they give extra power. They have like, they're stronger. I mean, just like every other minion. And again, they alternate after the first spawn. They're not on both sides. These are their stats. After 15 minutes, always spawns directly at 15 minutes, no matter what. 4-minute respawn timer, global golden XP, and the map changes after the first time it's cleared. I believe this also only spawns on one side of the map. And then you also get one of the small minions in each lane, so your lanes auto push after you clear this objective. And then you get the global golden XP. And again, also alternates. I believe that's all it is. And then you have gold plants that spawn, 5 orbs worth 12, so 60 gold every time you collect one. They spawn on the map. They're like little. These are the geysers. There's not a vision of the gold map. The gold is just a little pocket. You'll see it. You just hit it, and you can get free gold that way after the Shaper is killed. I remember making it past ban phase. Correct. This will only be cleared once. The big objective you can clear every 4 minutes, but the map only changes once. No, the minions just last until they die. Basically, you get a siege minion in each lane, pretty much. That's like effectively what it is. So you clear it, and then your lanes will auto push. Also, when the map changes, meteorites fall. Some of them have these geysers that allow you to, they just basically replace blast flowers after the map changes. Anything else? Just some walls will be changed and stuff. Like some walls open up like this. This is coming from the 3 camp. So like, or coming from the solo into the orb pit. You just have a little bit more space here. Just opens up the map a little bit. The map just gets a lot more open. There's a lot more pathways, a lot more things that you can do in terms of like how you move. This is the new river camp. So this is where the big like neutral camp spawns, like the little shaper and the seedling. On the other side, you could see this little thing on the left side. This is where the river buff spawns now. So this is the same on the opposite side, just mirrored. This is where the river buff spawns. River buffs are still the same, though. Those giant bugs are equivalent to a siege minion, pretty much. That's just like the easiest way to think about it. Ranked reset, obviously. Bronze players can squad with people up to gold. So if you're in bronze, you can play with people. You can queue with people that are up to gold. Same 5-stack rules apply. Anything above gold, I believe you have to be within 1 ranked. So if you're in platinum, you can play with gold or diamond. If you're in diamond, you can only play with platinum and like the normal rank things. Oh, yeah, they have AoE attacks as well, but the premise is that it auto pushes your lane, right? That's the premise. Everybody gets, if you played at least 15 ranked games, you still have a little bit of time. This patch is until Tuesday, so you have time until Tuesday to play. If you play 15 games, you get a skin. If you are above a certain rank, you get a variant of that skin as well, matching with the color scheme matching whatever your highest rank is. And the leaderboards get reset. It's a soft reset, is that correct, Blood? It's a soft reset? Game's also in Japan, and they're also opening a Japanese and North Africa / like Middle East server, so you don't have to play on EU anymore. It is a soft reset. Okay, thank you. I was just curious. They're on GeForce now. WDLSS support. Anybody with NVIDIA hardware can enable this stuff. Just make your game run better. Anniversary rewards. Any rewards that you got from the anniversary event, they all come with this patch. So, load up the game, make sure you get your rewards. Time between stuff being identified as multi-kills is increased. Does this even make a difference? I guess it just means that, like, you can get, like, a pentakill more often, I guess. Kind of don't like it. I feel like it's already really long, but it doesn't really make too big a difference to me. Trying to get me to play Mori by giving me skins. Yes, psych, they thought. That'll never get me to play Mori. Recall, going from 8 to 6. Empowered recall is 4 seconds. I dislike this. I think this is a really bad change, personally. The only way I would like this change is if you are slower going to the lane somehow. Either remove the fucking launch pads or something. This just means you get back to lane faster when you get punished. I dislike this. I think this is a bad change, personally. Fountain healing is now applied when you leave, so you don't leave, and then you have a little bit of mana left or something. It'll tick for a couple seconds while you're in the air off the launch pad, which is that's good. I like this change. This is a good change. But this also, again, combined with the fact that you back faster, means you can leave the base faster, which again you get to your lane faster. So dislike that. It makes it harder to punish people. Refillable and divide potions. You can use them at the same time. This is a good change. I love this. I've been asking for this for a while. It's so annoying when I'm like 2% HP and I want to pop both my pots and it only lets you pop one and then you have to wait for the timer and then sometimes you forget to pop that second one. I hate that. Let me just pop them both at the same time. This is a good change. I like this change. This is a great change. Been asking for that for a while. Decrease base ward visibility, back down to 3 seconds. This is a nerf. It used to be 3 seconds originally. They buffed it to 4 and now it's back to 3. When a ward is visible damage, it gains an additional... Okay, so when you hit it, it gets extra time. So if you hit it, it stays available longer. So if you hit it, you can guarantee clear it. That's interesting. I don't dislike this, actually. I think this is fine. I kind of like this, actually. This is kind of a nice change. Basically, if you get an auto on a ward, you'll guarantee clear it. Pretty much is how I'm reading that. Which means you have to be a little bit smarter about how you place it. Otherwise, you just give people free gold and XP. Jungle monster healing. Upon being leashed, jungle monsters now regenerate slower. So that means they don't, giga heal when you leash them. Ward radius increased. Kind of dislike this change. I think you can get a lot of vision already. This gives you even more vision. Kind of dislike that. I do wish they were cylinders, though, instead of circles, so that you can see people like Wukong in the air and you can actually ward against that. Dislike that they're just flat increasing it. I think the radius is fine, but increase the height would be better, personally. Nitro balance changes. I don't care about Nitro changes. We're skipping that. Nobody cares about Nitro. I hate Nitro. Bad mode. We're skipping all this. I don't care about Nitro. Are these actual changes, or is this all Nitro? Is this all just Nitro? Okay, this is all Nitro, I believe. Yeah, this is just all Nitro. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Here's his actual. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't skipping anything there. I don't care about Nitro, whatever, for fun game mode. I don't care about Nitro. Increasing radius does increase the height. Yeah, but it also increases the width in terms of like how you can see people around you, which I dislike. I think the width is actually a good radius at 1200. I think the height is like a larger problem. But like increasing the radius does increase the height, but like, make it a cylinder instead, I think is a better change of words, personally. Aurora passive extra scaling. Okay. Explosion damage on the right click does less. Probably a good thing. Character fucking hits super hard for no reason. And the ult does extra damage. Just means you have to be more of a full combo character instead of just like, I'm going to poke you with the right click. Or a buff. This is more of like a shift. It's a slight buff overall, but losing this right click base damage is kind of a lot, to be honest, because it's your ability that you max first. Use the table of content. You right, I could. Hey, Denim. Shut up. Anyways, Boris, right-click augment, threshold lowered. And you don't just get insta-killed as fast. Armor shred, augment increased, duration increased. And his 2 physical power scaling lowered, and the fear duration at max like charge isn't as long. Just very soft nerf to Boris, not too much. I don't think he's that OP anyways. People just don't play stuff that's good into him. Sam, edit that out. Nah, Denim just has to be in the YouTube comments, bro. He loves to be watching. He wants to make sure YouTube knows that he was watching live. Okay. Shadow Strike augment. This is the dash, I believe, augment. So when you hit people, it reduces Shadow Slip cooldown up to once per ability. Is this a complete change? Cooldown reduction is 5% instead of 10. So is this does this still have the auto attack passive, where if you auto attack people, it also takes 5%? Okay, so it just means it procs on your abilities and your autos now, which is kind of a big buff, but it does only proc on her dash, I believe. Like the cooldown is only on the dash. So this is kind of a huge buff, though. We'll see how it actually feels in game, but not sure. Crunch, Falcon Punch no longer causes right clutch's damage to not level up correctly. I didn't even know that was a thing. Right clutch cooldown extra, but so when you use Falcon Punch, the cooldown on the 2 is longer. It's a little bit faster now. That was completely bugged. Yeah, I had no idea, bro. I actually like this augment too. I think this augment's pretty good. You also do extra damage if you empowered right click, so your empowered punch is more damage now. Also combined with this fix, probably going to be hitting pretty hard. Virgo had adjusted to better match Crunch whose target. This basically means you can auto attack people when you're falling. Is this correct? Currently, like, you go at different paces, so sometimes you can't hit your auto attack. And then he also has a little bit of base increase. Gonna be a good augment. I already think it's a good augment. Gonna probably be his best augment personally. I think so. That augment's insane. You can use stuff. Yeah. That's what I thought it was. Okay. Just confirming. Thank you for the confirmation. Extra healing on minions. Don't care. Feng Mao's OP. This augment sucks. Please nerf the duelist augment. It's a 12% difference in trades. That shit's OP. Let's see. Physical power decrease, health decrease. Going to be a lot squishier, a lot less armor. Increased cooldown on the shield early game, which means you actually have to level it now if you want the cooldown. Good change. Hamstring, extra physical power scaling. Why are we buffing Feng Mao? Nerfing base damage on the dash. This is a buff here. This is a buff. Even though your right click is less, you're just a buff. Pretty sure 4% is probably more. Maybe not, actually. It's like the same. You're probably not going to notice a difference. Less power scaling on the ult, though, is huge. More physical pen scaling. Can't wait to get one shot by Malady Fang at level 6. That's going to be really fun. The base stats nerf is kind of big, though, so maybe it offsets it, but we'll see. This is like... We'll see if that even makes a difference. Does make, like, the tank build a little bit weaker, but, like... this just nerfs Mind Razor as well. So, like, maybe that is actually like a good change. It means you have to go Malady, which means you get less cooldown early, which is kind of like a big nerf. What's up, Meowdy? Are we buffing Feng Mao? It's not really a buff, more of a shift. It just basically... They're trying to cut out, like, the Mind Razor, like, HP build. This basically means you have to go like Malady now, probably, if you want to actually execute people. I mean, Tank Feng Mao is cringe. He's an assassin. You're supposed to be able to kill him. Gideon, less max HP, more physical power. This means you're going to get better auto attack trades, extra scaling on the right click. Love to see that. Let me snipe some people. I love Gideon buffs. It's my favorite. Extra scaling on Greystone too. This character still sucks. Stop playing Greystone. He's dog shit. You have no CC. You do nothing. Stop playing that character. Bug fix on the reload augment. It actually works. Sometimes it wouldn't work when you get kills with it. Very annoying. Glad they fixed this. Crux. Less lifesteal off the lifesteal augment. Model size increased by 10%. That means he's going to get hit by more abilities. Also means it's a little bit easier to body block. Kind of a buff and a nerf at the same time. Less movement speed. Thank God. I'm so tired of getting run down by this fucking ape. And less base HP early game. Be a little bit squishier. Still going to be a lane bully though. Probably going to die a little bit easier in team fights because he's a little bit larger. We'll see. Chimera, extra health. This is a huge buff. 35 health level 1 is actually like kind of insane. Less health late game though, so like offset late game, but this is a huge buff to his early game, which is where you want to play Chimera. He's an early game character. You want to be able to invade, so I actually like this change. It makes him a little bit more early game, a little bit less late game. Well, probably like same late game, but like you're buffing his early game, which I think is what you want to do on Chimera. I think that's a good direction. Chimera Q buffed, extra damage, extra on hit modifier. Sure. Cooldown on the 2 decreased. I hate this. This ability is OP already. I think you max it second anyways. Less damage and longer cooldown on the right click. Basically just making it more of a Q character instead of a right click character. I'm fine with that change. Alt, lower cooldown early game, longer cooldown late game. Fine change, doesn't bother me at all. Kwong, we're buffing Kwong, I guess. No, we're nerfing Kwong. I can't tell. What are we doing to Kwong? Buff base power, lower HP, gonna be squishier. More growth. He'll have more HP late game, worse level 1. More power means he has a better trade in lane. Also means he clears jungle faster. We'll see how much that actually affects him. Cooldown on his Q. This is kind of a big nerf because you level this second. Some people don't level it at all. Sometimes people level it third. Summarize the update, please. You'll just have to read patch notes. Big thing. New minion camp in the middle lane. When you kill it after 15 minutes, the map changes. That's like the big thing. And the new character. Yeah, this is a nerf to Kwong early game. Won't really see anything late game or like mid game because you level the second most likely. But you will notice a difference in your laning phase. 2 extra seconds is pretty large. Extra scaling on the right click, extra true damage, and extra shielding. This is a pretty big buff. I feel like overall this is just a flat buff. Slight nerf to his early game catch potential. We'll see how much it actually makes a difference. Levels Kwong 2 seconds. Some people level it because it lowers the cooldown. But I don't think you ever do that now. But I don't think it was good to begin with, but some people did. I'm not saying I did, I'm saying some people did. More and less power when he levels up. Cooldown on his passive increase. This is probably good. Stops him from bullying solo lane. Q nerf. Power scaling increase, so it does a little bit more if you're building power. Makes the power build a little bit more fun. Less healing. Less base damage, and cooldown decreased early game. It decreased for 1 second across all ranks. Okay. Kind of a nerf to tank Morn, a little bit of a buff to damage Morn, but we'll see if that makes any difference. I don't think this actually matters that much. As far as his 2, extra damage, okay. And the cooldown on the right click is increased early game. Visually travel the full distance even when casting without full charged. That's a nice change. I'm glad to see that. Projectile speed increase makes it easier to hit. Hitbox smaller though, so it makes it smaller, like harder to hit. And the minimum range when immediately cast increased by 350 units. This is a huge buff. This is a huge buff. Means you can just quick tap and pull somebody. That's insane. That's a huge buff. This is a massive buff. We'll see though if this actually makes any difference. I don't know if he'll still be like super good, but this will probably feel a lot better. He'll probably feel much better to play. Just simply due to this right-click change, honestly. Or does 2 minute damage for no reason. Well, his damage is lowered if he's building normal. If you're building damage, like he does a little bit more now, but if you're building like tank at all, you'll do less. Increase the size of Murdoch traps. Bro, I can't see this shit anyways. Stop buffing this ability. Oh wait, this is only with the augment? Oh, I kind of fuck with this, actually. That's kind of nice. I like that, actually. It's only with the augment. I kind of like that. Makes the augment a little bit more appealing. But the same on a 500 magic power build. Is it? I guess you do take 13 damage off, so yeah, maybe. That makes sense. So it is actually just a nerf to this. But then it's 2 like offsets it, so if you get by the 2, it's probably like similar, but that makes sense. I didn't realize I thought it was just 2 at all ranks. I didn't realize each rank was like 2 per, if that makes sense. Phase, extra HP per level. Fuck this character. I hate this character. Don't buff this character. Extra scaling plus Q damage. She's going to hit hard. Honestly, might have to start playing her mid. I'm going to cry. To nerf tank more and ult augment. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Tank more and funny as hell. Do nothing, win trade. That is true. Rumbling aug now considers multiple damage instant when using rumbling, meaning items like mutilator no longer trigger on its damage. I wasn't aware this. I was told that this doesn't work anyways to begin with. I was told you have to like cancel it and then auto attack again, so you have to like hit it, auto attack, hit it again. I thought this was already in the game. I didn't realize this worked still. So I guess good that it's being changed. Less base HP, Nobody cares about this character. Boulder throw, the stun duration now increases with rank. This is a good change. I honestly thought this already existed. Or I think it used to be like this, and then it used to be like 1.2 to 1.8 or something, and then they made it 1.5 at all ranks. Now it scales from 1.3 to 1.5. This is a good change. I like this change. Good change. Rena, increase the radius of mortal coil. This shit still sucks. Nobody's building this. Don't kill this augment. This is the worst augment. This shit sucks. Die fish monkey. I don't think you can say that, Blood. That's mean to Rampage. Endless hunt augment. This is the 2 augment, is that correct? Takedowns give her 1 permanent physical penetration. I don't want to be penetrated by a sparrow, please. No thank you. It's the reset one. Oh, it's the reset one. Yeah, I don't want to be penetrated by a sparrow. Makes the ability build a little bit more fun, though, maybe. Also means Deathstalker is better if you go that build, so shit. Might have to try that shit out in mid. That sounds fun. TB, less base HP. Fuck this character. Take this character out of the game, please. Less scaling on the right click. Thank God. Fuck this right click shit. And the projectile speed decrease in the ultimate means you can actually juke it. Thank God. Can we nerf aim assist, though, so that I don't get hit by every single projectile on this, because it doesn't miss? That'd be cool. Surprise cooldown modifier decreased from 40% to 20%. Okay, we're buffing Wraith Invis AoE, which basically... So when you have the AoE Invis, your Invis cooldown is longer. Now it's slightly less long when you have that augment. Kind of annoying. Let's not buff Wraith anymore. Physical power decrease, thank God. Health decrease, thank God. Let me kill this fucking idiot if I get on his forehead. Magical armor increase, I hate this. Movement speed increased, I hate this. Let's not do that. His passive, like, grenades, fucking wards, don't ping as much, so they don't, like, you have less time to clear wards, etc. Slow increased on the Q. Why are we buffing Wraith? Brother, please? Cooldown on the right click, lowered at max rank. Slightly higher level 1, nobody cares. 20 base damage, nobody gives a fuck. Why are we buffing the power? Why are we just fucking keeping Wraith? Take this character out of the game, bro. Fix an issue where a controller aim assist could snap to an unintended location when the user aims at the rewind location of an enemy target when they appear. How about we just make it not fucking work, man? Stop buffing this character. I don't care if Timmy Two Shoes can't play it. It's AIDS as fuck. Stop buffing this character, bro. I'm tired of seeing this character bust. Just remove him from the game. Nobody likes playing against Wraith, I promise you. Nobody likes playing against Wraith. Just remove it from the game. Please. Quietish, thank you for the follow. Nobody cares about Wraith. Stop buffing this character, bro. Holy shit. I'm on my hands and motherfucking knees, bro. You can have my lunch tomorrow if you'll remove him from the game, please. God damn. Valid crash. That's what I'm saying, bro. Yin, less armor growth. Good. Fuck this character. Yin Lash Kick could stop enemy hero's momentum if she vaulted off them mid-air. Yeah, that's very annoying, especially when you're flashing away. Sometimes you like flash and then you're in the air when it hits you and then you just go straight down and you keep 0 momentum. That's annoying. This is a good fix. I like this. Cooldown on the right click increased by 1 second. Character's still going to be Giga Broken. Kind of aids. Let's not buff Yin. Let's nerf her a little bit harder even. Here he's been a bit too safe and effective. The Ephemeral Surge, I don't even know which one this is. Gives you extra mana. I gotta tell you, this isn't the alt one, and it isn't the one that gives your autos better. This is like, which one even is this? I don't even know. That's how dog shit this augment is. Nobody cares about this augment. Doesn't matter. If mana is your issue on Yuri, you're playing her wrong. Okay? 30 less base HP. This is a good nerf. Make her squishy. She's an assassin. Bonus physical power scaling increased on the 1. Why are we... we're buffing Yuri for some reason? I guess. Why would we do that? Right click, the actual range is decreased, but the explosion radius on the right click is increased, and the hitbox now increased by 10% to better fit Yuri's model and her VFX. So we're just buffing Yuri, I guess. I guess, man. I know she wasn't really played at LAN, but like she's still Giga Broken. We don't need the buffer, I promise you. Just nerf the characters that are OP, like Feng Mao and Rampage and shit that's better than her. She's not bad. Other characters are Giga Broken. You don't need the buffer, I promise you. Moving on. Marksman Crest, fixing sure Bellica and Skylar's Hypercharge would not correctly stack. They now correctly gain stacks. Beginning stacks has a 0.8 second cooldown to prevent excessive stacking speeds for multi-hit basic attack types. This is a nerf to TB in some ways. Nerf to everybody, really. But yeah, Marksman Crest nerfed, kind of fine. Demolisher, less power, more pen, less cost. It's a buff. Imperator, less gold, more damage increased. We don't need the buff Imperator. ADCs are already giga broken. All my homies hate ADCs. They don't stop crying. Get ADCs out of my game. Nobody likes ADCs. They just bitch every patch. I don't want to chat anybody. I'm an ADC. I'm level 2. Why do my autos not hit for 600 damage? I'm an ADC. I should be hitting for 600 at level 2. Nobody cares, bro. We get it. You play ADC. Wait till 6 items like everybody else, motherfucker. Shut up. Stop crying. You got somebody holding your fucking hand in the lane. Shut the fuck up. Fucking ADCs, bro. I can't stand them, bro. I'm telling you, I can't stand them. Malady, extra pen, buff to Feng Mao after nerfing Feng Mao. This item's going to be a lot better. 3 pen is actually a lot, first item. That's what playing into Wraith ADC does to a man. Malady buff's pretty big. Mind Razor nerf. Malady's probably back to being the better starting item, but we'll see. Mind Razor's still probably going to be okay, but Malady's going to probably scale a lot harder now, especially for characters like Feng Mao. Augmentation, cost increase, power decreased, HP decreased, 20% attack speed added. We're making an ADC item. True damage strike removed, so it doesn't do true damage. It just does flat scaling. Oh wait, no, it still does true damage. There's just no base damage on it, so it's strictly off power, so it's worse on tanks. So you actually have to have power to do damage with this. But they did have attack speed, so that makes it like better for ADCs. If I'm playing TB, I mean, maybe it's a low-key little TB item, perhaps. Also going to be a lot better on characters that use attack speed, like Grux, Rampage, Sereth, potentially, like any character that uses attack speed. Honestly, this might just be a raw dog buff, although losing 50 HP and 5 power is a decent hit, but like still probably going to be really strong, especially if you're building power or have power in your kit. If you're not building power, though, maybe it feels like ass. Kira item. I could see you going like Solaris augmentation on Kira. I could see that for sure. Potentially with the right click augment. More expensive. 50 gold is irrelevant. It's fucking a minion. Especially if you're getting back to lanes faster, you're missing less farm in general. Like 50 gold means nothing. To make Kira augment ult crazy. If it procs on ult. Brother, it procs one time. The proc is still a spell blade. Okay, relax. I guess you could proc it twice if you dash during your ult at some point. Legacy, physical power reduced. 225 HP added. This item is going to be OP. 10 haste removed. This item will be good. It'll be a lot better now as a magical defense option that has power. I think it's the only magical damage item that has HP now. If I'm not mistaken. Because like Dread, no HP. Absolution, no HP. Miss Meadow, no HP. So this will now have HP. So this will be really good. The only thing about this item that might make it not as good is just tenacity is really easy to get right now. So while this item is good and you do get 3 seconds of CC immunity, you can get 60% tenacity very easily right now. So I think that might make this item not as OP as it could be. But if they nerf tenacity at any point, this item will be meta. I could easily see this item still being meta either way, but we'll have to see. I have to play the game a little bit. We'll see. This could either be really good still and like be super meta, like it's going to be your magic defense item every game, or you could still just go like, you know, the full tenacity build. Although this does technically have tenacity on it, I still don't think you're getting as much value off of it as like Unbroken, but we'll see. Kind of game dependent too, depending on what you're playing against. Let's make sure kind of do how it works. Well, it doesn't give you power. It reduces their damage. Or it reduces their, like, it increases the amount of magical damage to you. But this is physical power is what I'm saying. Like, physical power magic defense items don't have HP on them. This is the only one that has HP on it now. Flux Matrix is a magic damage item. Which, also, no magic HP items also have... no magical defense items with HP also have damage. There are magical defense items like Spellbreaker, but it's the same thing where it's power and defense. There's no power, defense, and HP on any magic defense items. Flux Matrix, maybe you could argue it is, but it's not like you're getting straight power. You're just getting extra damage. Magnify, less power, more HP, more haste. We don't need to buff Magnify again. Like, we already learned this lesson. We don't want every single magical character to have 9 bajillion HP. We don't need to give them more HP. Trust me. We just came from here. We just came from here. We literally just came from here 2 patches ago. We just came from this. Come on. We just came from this, brother. Plez. Oblivion Crown, 50 extra gold, irrelevant. Extra 5% power on the passive, though, is very relevant. That's a huge buff. Might be like building 5th item now instead of 6th item. And sometimes you don't even build it, but it might be even better now, to where you actually build it like 5th item. Vanguardian, extra prots. This item's OP. People don't build this shit, but this item is giga broken. HP, haste, double prots. OP as fuck. The only thing that sucks about this item is it doesn't affect yourself. OP item, though. I fucking think this item's broken. Flux Matrix, less cost, better for supports, more haste, very nice. Damage amplification buffed. Please build this. I'm playing mid lane. Please build this. You're gonna be useless anyways. Let me do more damage, bro. This item's OP. Please build it. It's so OP. It's also the only item that reduces tenacity on enemy players. People love building tenacity. I'm telling you, you build this shit, they don't expect it. It's OP. Tenacity this, bitch. Get stunned for 2 seconds. It's OP, man. Controller buffs, we don't care. Nobody likes controllers. Certain abilities couldn't hit Bellicadrone. Kira's ult could hit people, or sorry, Kira's Q could hit people outside of Revenant's ult. I assume that just is how that's supposed to work. Nothing else too crazy here. Blue buff remain active for 2 minutes instead of 45. I mean, it should just remain active for the duration of the buff. Minimum 45 seconds. If it's below 45 seconds, it should last 45 seconds. I don't like the way buff transfers work. I think if you kill somebody and it's 2 minutes, you should get it for 2 minutes. If you kill somebody and it's 30 seconds, sure, reset it to 45. But, yeah, that's my opinion. Don't see the slow duration on nobody cares. Okay, all these are irrelevant. Well, that's patch notes, baby. Anyways, thank you for watching on YouTube. Everybody say bye to YouTube. Meow, 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 meow. Peace.